Are you planning to take a challenge? If yes, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'll talk about how to make a trading plan that will pass your challenge. If you don't have a trading plan, then you're not a trader, you're a gambler. Make sure to stick until the end because I will also share something that helped me to take my trading to the next level. So what should one trading plan consist of? First of all, you have to decide which pairs you're going to trade, and you have to have statistics for these pairs. Second, the time when you're going to trade. For me, it's London and New York kill zone. Usually, without having a plan about the time when you're going to trade, you might end up sitting in front of the charts for a whole day, forcing trades, getting a FOMO, and too much screen time leads to emotional trading. Number 3 is risk management. In this part, you should decide how much is your maximum risk per day and how much you would like to risk per position. And this is the part that will be different for challenges. Number 4 is technical analysis. In this part, you have to clearly write how you're going to do your top-down analysis, what you want to mark up on different time frames, what time frame you're going to use for defining bias, for example, what time frame you're going to use to spot liquidity, mark your points of interest, and so on. Number 5 is trade management. And in this part, you should write your execution criteria, what you want to see in order to execute the trade, and also how you're going to manage your trade. Now, let's dive deeper into the risk management part, which is the only part that we should adjust specifically for a challenge. To be honest, 8% or 10% in a month is quite high target. So I will share with you now what I think is the best risk management for challenges. The good thing is that if you don't feel comfortable taking a time-limited challenge or your schedule is not allowing you to do that, you can go for a challenge with unlimited time, like the Nights Challenge, for example. As many of you already know, I'm working with the best prop firm out there, TFT, so I will use our challenge types as examples. The Standard, the Rapid, and the Royal Challenge are two-phase evaluations, and the difference between them is in the profit target and the maximum drawdown percentage. Now, no matter which one you're gonna take, if you're in a deeper drawdown, it can impact you emotionally. There are, of course, people that don't have that problem, but I believe that many of you have faced the problem that I had. I know people say, as long as you know your statistics, there is no reason to get emotional. Well, maybe I haven't been long enough in this industry and that's why I'm facing this problem, or maybe it's just my personality. The time will give me the answer. What I have noticed with myself is that when I'm in a drawdown, my urge for trading increases. I am aware of it, and that's good because I can kind of control it. But I have the days when I'm not really in the present moment and I do take trades that I wasn't supposed to take. So in order to eliminate that, I don't just blindly follow a risk management that people suggest. I did find a system that works better for me and helps me to avoid the emotional traps that I have been into before. So how can we avoid deep drawdown? First of all, look at your statistics. And let's say if your win rate is 40%, this means that in a series of 10 trades, you might have 6 losses in a row. This means that if you risked 1% per trade, you're gonna be in 6% drawdown. If you have taken the Rapid Challenge, the maximum drawdown on the Rapid Challenge is 8%. So 6% is quite a big drawdown. But if you have been risking only 0.5%, the drawdown will be 3%. And this is quite a difference. To play it even safer, you can risk 0.25%, and in that case, you will be only 1.5% in a drawdown. So if your win rate is higher, you can use 0.5%, and if your win rate is lower, you can use 0.25% per trade, until you reach 2% profit on your account. Once you reach 2%, you can double the risk. If you go back to break even, you can decrease the risk again. If the balance of your account rises, you can start increasing the risk. And when you're in the last week of your challenge, you can use the buffer that you have built on your account in order to either hit the target or get a free retake. But everything should be based on your own statistics. Do not try to copy or replicate what others are doing because the results are not going to be the same. You have to know how often your A+ setup is forming, what is your win rate, and what is your average risk to reward, and make the plan accordingly. Sit down and play with the numbers. Do the calculations and see which risk management suits best for your risk tolerance and your strategy. The best way, in my opinion, is to wait for your A+ setup. In that way, you will be less stressed because you're gonna take just a few trades, and in that way, you only need 2 or 3 good trades in order to pass the challenge. Some tips for the NICE challenge. The NICE challenge is one phase evaluation, the profit target is 10%, and you have unlimited time. The fact that there is no time limit on this challenge changes everything. You might think, oh, 6% is way too little room to play with. Let's look at it this way. You have 10% room to play with on the Royal Challenge, for example. If you risk 0.5% per trade, it means that you have to lose 20 trades in a row in order to lose the account. If you want the same room to play with the NICE challenge, which is not even giving us the time pressure, it's very simple. Just do the math. How much should I risk so that I can lose 20 trades in a row before losing the account? 6 divided by 20 gives 0.3%. So by adjusting the risk, you give yourself as much room as you want. Important thing to note about this challenge is that the maximum drawdown is trailing 6% of the account balance. When you're more than 6% in profit on your account, the maximum drawdown locks in at the initial account balance, which means if you have more than 6%, then you have even more room to play with. In my opinion, it's the best to keep your risk small and static until you reach at least 7 or 8% on your account. This rule can be tricky for people that are not planning their risk management properly, but in my opinion, it's a perfect rule that can teach you patience and how to preserve your capital. I said at the beginning that I will share with you something that helped me to take my trading to the next level. You might think it's something super special, but it's just the following questions. What is my reason for an entry? How do I feel? And how am I gonna manage the trade? And after every trade, I write the reason for the result, how do I feel after the trade, and what is the takeaway? Is there anything that I can improve? When we're at the early years of trading, it takes too much effort and too much thinking, too much focus for us in order to make a decision to enter a trade. But if we review our profitable trades and also pay attention to how we feel when we take those trades, these emotional patterns and the patterns on the chart are going to come from our conscious to our subconscious mind, and the process is going to become much easier. That's all from today's video, guys. I hope you found some value in it and you liked it. If so, then don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments if you have had a similar problem like me, or maybe you're facing it currently, and how you're dealing with it. Every single like, subscribe, and comment means a lot to me and helps me grow, so I appreciate it a lot. Trade safe, and hope to see you in the next one.